tonight's night number 1 of the small town throwdown at Sweet Springs Motorsports Complex. This is their annual show that they've been running the past few years. I think the first couple of years it was Outlaw Wing, and then the past 2 years they've had stock non-wing and outlaw non-wing, each paying $7,500. So that's what they've got here tonight and tomorrow night. Just a 2-day show, those 2 classes. We still don't have any A-class stuff, so we're just running the outlaw non-wing here tonight. But we'll do what we can with that and see what kind of results we can bring in. As most of you know, Sweet Springs is my home track, but I actually haven't raced here since the showdown last year. So it's been a while. That being said, I do have a lot of laps around this place, so I feel relatively confident going into this. But also our program has not been anywhere close to where we want it recently. But hopefully we can turn that around here this weekend. I got some stiffer bars in the rear of this car this weekend. Like a step stiffer from what I ran with this car before. And I think that'll help me some going into tonight. Just felt like I was getting too much lateral transfer no matter what track we were at. So I stiffened the rear bars, and we're gonna see what that does for us. Lots of good cars here. There's 42 cars total in outlaw non-wing, but I mean like 30 of them could make the feature and win realistically. So lots of good competition, and we're just hoping we can put a whole weekend together and come out of here with some good results. The heat race is coming up. We'll be starting 4th in that one. We're the first heat race out in outlaw non-wing, so hopefully we can pick off a couple and get up there and challenge for the win of this heat race. lengthy weather delay. Track was pretty heavy, pretty tacked up. I mean, it's easy to have a car handling good when the track's like it was right there, but still, for how we've been running here lately, I mean, that felt really, really good. Qualifier, started first, ended up fourth. I ran the bottom for the first half of the race, and I felt really good down there. Then we got a yellow, and we went back green. And I just didn't feel like the bottom was ever as good as it was before that yellow. It felt like it was like a little bit slimed up, like there was moisture coming back through it, or someone got a piece of the berm and dragged it out or something. But it just never felt the same after that yellow. Ran second all the way up to that yellow, and then eventually dropped to fourth. After I got passed by 2 cars up higher, I went to the top, and I could see flood was down on the bottom. So I went down there to block a little bit and just keep him back there, because I felt like if I got on the top on both ends, he'd probably be able to get by me. But ran the top in 1 and 2, and then the bottom of 3 and 4 a couple laps, and I didn't really like that as much either. I felt like guys were, well, I think that's one of the laps that a couple of the guys got by me. And then eventually I went to the top in 1 and 2, and like sort of the middle in 3 and 4. And I still don't feel like that's as good as it was early in the race, but it's what I was able to do to hang on to 4th at the end there. So we are in the feature, so that's good at least, but start 15th in this feature coming up here because of that. So that's a little bit disappointing, but track's going through a lot of changes right now, so hopefully we've made some good changes to the car to adapt to it. Looks like that last race was all on the bottom in the stock non-wing, so that's kind of what I'm planning on here. Cale Drake just ripped the top like hard all race, and he kind of maintained in 1 and 2, but I felt like he lost some in 3 and 4, so I really think the bottom's the place to be. Dylan Cadis drove out by like over a straightaway, just running slow around the bottom, so I kind of think we're going to be on the bottom here unless it dries out, and then we've got a pretty heavy curve up top all the way around, so hopefully we'll make the right adjustments here. Hopefully we can pick a few off and move forward. really good feature race for us right there. Went out 15th. I really wasn't expecting to be able to make my way through the field like I did right there. But made it all the way up to 4th in that one. They locked in top 4 tonight, so we are locked into the feature tomorrow. Super happy with that. I just ran the bottom the whole race, right around the berm. Car was a little bit free on entry, so I had to like really make sure I had the left rear and the tack on entry. Kind of felt like I was slowing down a little bit too much, but the run that you could get off the bottom, off the berm, was just too good to try and go anywhere else on the track. I mean, there was guys that would, there was like just 1 or 2 guys that would try the very top, 1 or 2 guys that would try kind of the middle groove, but ultimately the bottom was just the best way around. I didn't feel like the car was so loose the first 10 laps or so, but after that it really started going away. The first place I noticed it was turn 1 and 2. We had a caution, and this is something I kind of noticed throughout the night. I noticed it in the qualifier too. We had a caution, I go back into turn 1, I try to run the bottom, but it's just slick. It's just really slick after a caution, and I don't know why, but I noticed it more here tonight than I ever have here before. It's kind of strange that it did that, but when I went down into turn 1 and 2, I almost thought that like maybe it was getting wet, like the track, like it was pouring down and the track got really wet or something like that, because that's what it felt like. It just felt like you would pitch sideways and the car would just wash out like it would if you were like in track packing or something like that, after they just watered it, you know, something like that. So I just thought that was kind of strange, but I just changed some things on my shocks and did the best I could with what was left. Had to be a little bit more conservative on entry there after that, but I still felt like we were fast, and we still picked off a few cars after that even. So like I said, just a really good night for us, really good feature race. And now we're locked in for tomorrow night, which we're really happy about. I want to give a big thanks to all of our partners for making this possible. Thanks to Nathan Benson Motorsports, G-Force Chassis, Porter Steel Buildings, DDI Fabrication, Sure-Built Suspensions, and AFD Graphics for everything that all of them do to help us out and make this possible. Thanks to all of you guys for following along with the channel. It really means a lot to me. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button down below. If you have any feedback, comments, anything you want me to know, leave me a comment down below as well. I'd love to hear what any of you guys have to tell me. If you're new here and you like this video, be sure to click the subscribe button to see more of my future uploads. Hope you all enjoyed this one from Sweet Springs, and we'll be back for night number 2.